have one more cooking demo from our friends over at Centerplate. It is the reception presentation on live cooking demonstration. So as we get back to receptions and what F&B events will look like for that, there are some great tips coming to you that way. So for everybody out there online and here in Orlando, be safe, be well. Thank you guys so much for supporting this amazing industry. I'm Kimberly Bottom for CNTV, and I can't wait to see you all again soon.
Hello, hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everybody in the booth, the Centerplate booth. How are you guys today? I know it's been kind of a long day, but this hopefully will be a nice wrap up to what we've got going on. So my name is Molly Crouch. I am the Director of Sustainability with Centerplate, housed here at the Orange County Convention Center. We are the exclusive food and beverage provider, and we are just so honored to be a part of this group. We are also cherish our client and are excited to be, again, in this industry and a part of this show. So today, we're going to, in the afternoon, Chef K and his team, our executive chef, James Katarakis, who those of us that know him well call him Chef K. He and his team are preparing some reception items so we can talk a little bit about how receptions are going to be done in what we would call the new normal. So you can see a lot of smoke going on, so let me just go ahead and take the fear out of it. We're not going to light it on fire, I promise, although is certainly a free thinker, but I'm hopeful that we can stop that because we did just return the fire extinguisher. So, you know, that's always how that works, right? But let me tell you a little bit about what he's got going on. I know he's going to explain a little bit more, but they're doing basically, we have 3 little items for you guys here towards the end. Down on this end, and what they're currently doing right now is a caprese skewer. So it's got your cheese on it, your mozzarella. It's got your tomatoes on it, which are local, grown out of our garden here. He's putting them inside a 9-ounce cup with a lid on it, and then he's infusing some applewood smoked smoke inside the cup. So in other words, if you wanted to get a chef-attended station, this will be your alternative to getting a chef-attended station. You'll still have a chef there. They'll be able to get it ready for the guest as they come up, and the guest can walk away with it without anyone touching it past that. So he's got his little infuser there, as you can see him operating with it on the screen probably. Shooting the applewood smoke inside the cup for them to be able to eat and dine later. So again, you'll flip that lid off and there'll be such a nice aroma coming out. I can tell you right now, it smells wonderful from up here. The second thing they've got offered for you is, there's quite a few things in this little container, but it's got a little tofu banh mi. We've got a little bit of ahi tuna, and we've got some fresh greens in there as well. So the chef will explain exactly what the ingredients are at the end. And then Chef Zoila, who is our pastry chef, has also prepared some chocolate-covered, I know, this is the best part, some chocolate-covered strawberries for you guys, some little cheesecake pops, and a little coconut macaroon. Huh? Oh, and truffles, yes. I forgot because I already ate mine, so I was just going off memory. But exactly, yeah, I was trying to, hopefully I could remember it all without you guys figuring it out, but I already did have my cup because they know I'm a chocolate person, so don't bother giving me the caprese salad right off the bat. But anyway, so Chef and his team are going to do a little explanation. So again, we talked a little bit earlier for any of you that were at the demo earlier about the styles of service and how those are going to be changing, or at least are in the process of changing, and how they're going to probably continue to morph into something that's even a little bit different than what you're seeing today. From a sustainability perspective, you know, when we find out we're going to individually package items, the first thing I think of is, oh my gosh, look at all the waste we're going to generate trying to do the right thing. However, we are still trying to utilize compostable and environmentally friendly vessels to try to do this. And so all of the things you see up here are either made from PLA, which is a cornstarch-based product, or they're made of bagasse, which is a sugarcane fiber-based product. All of them are either made from recyclable products, renewable products, or they are compostable at the end of their life. So again, pretty exciting that we can adapt to those kind of things and continue to have our sustainability initiatives first and foremost. So Chef, are you available to give us a little bit of rundown?
I don't know, can you hear me? Test?
Well, they turned your mic down, so hopefully we won't have to hear everything.
Test, test, test.
Okay, all right. Chef, I'll let you go.
Okay, well, what I'm doing real quick here is we're gonna open them babies up. We're smoking up a storm here. We're smoking fresh mozzarella, a little caprese. We have a 25-year-old balsamic vinegar that's on there. So something a little different, you know, than just doing a skewer and serving it. We're giving a little bit more effort here to serve something a little bit uniquely different. So the whole idea, let's call that So the whole idea is, okay, so we talked about pick and go, no more pick and go. Well, we got to have it to some level. And how do we do that? You know, how do we do that with a little bit of flair? You know, this container is just a rocks glass with a lid. So now
A very sustainable
it's
glass.
sustainable.
Yes.
Okay, there's that buzzword. So now we're able to open this up. Look, I'm able to, you know, go like this. I'm not going to drip it on myself either. How about that? And this doesn't cost. Now, if somebody made this for us, it would cost a lot of money. We did this ourselves. It was our idea. It could be, what else can we do with this? Jeez, we could do walk around, shrimp cocktail. We could do a number of different things where you're able to use the skewer as a fork. You have a lid. People are getting it, and it's safe. Nobody has to worry because pick and go, everybody feels safe, you know? If we handle it correctly, present it correctly, same, we did, okay, we also did, this is a donut dough. We made a banh mi. So it could be served to a guest a number of ways. We just finish it with a little bit of our wasabi drizzle. And it's an ahi tuna. It's a wedge that you can pick up and eat. So it's a little duo. It's tofu with some jackfruit. We toss the jackfruit in some barbecue sauce and some soy sauce and then crisp it up in the oven just to get some caramelization. And then we're using it on top of our tofu. The tofu we fried with a little bit of curry on it. So we've got daikon pickle, cucumber, cilantro, and watermelon radish. If you could see, I don't know, is this what we're doing here? You know, you could see that. They're beautiful. If this was a pick and go item, look at that. It's nice, it's a duo, it's got plant-based. It's got that magic. Now, jackfruit is a big deal. Everybody's doing jackfruit. You could do anything with it. You could, the texture of it is more like a meat texture. You know, it's breadfruit, okay? Breadfruit is what it, I think a lot of island-related, ethnic breadfruit. But they call it a marketing jackfruit. It's more mainline.
I thought they called that jackfruit because our controller's name is Jack.
Well, excuse me?
I thought it was called jackfruit because our controller's name is Jack.
Well, Jack is in charge of all the money at Centerplate, but that isn't why we're calling it jackfruit.
See, I've already learned something. Thank you
just
so
learned
much.
something
I did.
today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So this is for us to understand reception, you know, one of the passing hors d'oeuvres. Passing hors d'oeuvres right now, I wouldn't recommend that for anybody, but I could pass this, I could walk around, I could pass this. It's not really passing, I guess. It's maybe looked at as hawking, but it's not.
Hawking? Really? Hawking?
I don't know. At a
You mean
sports
offering?
what is it called?
Offering?
Offering.
Offering.
That's what I said.
I gotcha. Okay.
I said offering like this. Would you like one? Would you?
So, Chef, in speaking of some of the redesign of receptions and how they're going to work, you addressed chef attended stations briefly a little bit by your stuff. What else would we expect at a chef attended station?
Well, even like we did. What?
Well, we would expect a chef that looks like Chef Laura, who
Chef-
is donned in her PPE. So she's got her face shield, she has her mask, she has all of her chef gear, and of course would have gloves on as well.
So now let's move over to, if this is an action station, what would I do? I would have easily, I could have these halfway put together, where the chefs are putting together here. Our social distancing people, or we're going to invite them up. Row by row, they're going to keep their distance, and we're going to serve them.
So you would be finishing it on the floor. Essentially,
We'll
it would come
finish it
down.
on the floor.
Okay.
I mean,
It's wonderful.
we could go from just finishing with a little sauce to actually putting it in the container and topping it and handing it to them, like we did for the earlier demo.
Yes.
All this can apply in the same way.
There was a question actually brought up from one of the attendees in our earlier session about pricing, right? Related
About
to
what?
some of pricing.
About-
Related pricing.
Pricing.
Pricing related to some of these.
Budgets.
Hold on. Related to some of these items, right?
Oh,
and
sorry.
so what her question was, would these prices, or what is going to be, we're having to buy new disposables, we're having to have new PPE for all of the staff, would those costs have to be passed on? And yes, realistically, those costs are going to be passed on. In talking to our Director of Marketing and Sales, Terry Ross, the menu items and the menu cost will already have the basic PPE and the basic disposable ware added into that price, which is very minimal. Truthfully, it is. What would differ is if there was going to be an increase in price, it would be the type of style of service that you chose. So in other words, whether it was a buffet that had an attendant on one side, or it was a buffet where everything was pre-plated and you just went on down and grabbed it, or if it was something where you wanted it served to a table, or you wanted it, it's a level of service that we're going to have to provide. How many staff we would need, again, to keep within our social distance requirements. So some of that is going to be dependent upon the style of service that you choose, but the menus themselves have already been adjusted for that PPE and for the disposable ware that we're using.
So one of the big things that we need to keep in mind is we want to take the egg and how we present it and how we serve it, we turn it into the golden egg. It doesn't have to be a filet mignon, okay? That helps us stay in budget. I said that word.
You did.
I
You said
that-
budget.
I
Wow.
wanted to. I wanted to say budget so bad.
You did a great
because
job.
that's what we're all worried about. We're worried about how much it's going to cost. So we have to take that egg and
Yes.
present it in a golden way and present it in a safe way. But it doesn't have to be $1 million.
Absolutely. I think you provide a really nice cost-effective way to get out a new style of service for folks and a new way that guests would enjoy seeing the food, because we've all seen a pasta station before, but a new take on a social distance version of a pasta station.
Right.
And what can be done is I think what folks are kind of looking forward to
'Cause
be a little bit ahead of the game.
I don't want a box lunch. Who wants a box lunch? Who here wants a box lunch? I mean, we do very high-end box lunches, but I use that word, high-end. That's the budget word that we want to stay away from.
You're scaring them, Chef. Stick
Huh?
to budgets. You're scaring them with high.
What am I?
You're scaring them. You're scaring them with the high words. High.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Budget.
The budget is what everybody cares about. I know that, but you got to care about the quality. Quality and the budget.
And Chef, so when you look at some of these items, when you're looking at like our regular menus that we have, as you look at the menu itself, are you able to say, I could immediately turn this into
A golden egg?
a golden egg? Is that, and not all items will be applicable, but for the most part, you can make some tweaks and some changes in the presentation, how you prep it in the kitchen
That's
for it
right.
to become a new item.
And what's important is less is more.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with the quality, like we did the dish for the previous demo, we didn't have any starch. We had 3 salads on there.
I thought you were doing that because we've all gained weight being at home.
Well, that's another issue that
That's the next demo.
we're all, right, because after this, we're all gonna do hot yoga with Chef K.
Oh
Okay,
goodness.
we have it right over here.
I don't even know what to say to
I
that.
have it set up so that we can have hot yoga at the Orange County Convention Center with
Oh,
Okay.
Chef. Oh, Chef.
So-
I mean, they're applauding, but I think they just feel sorry for us at this point.
Well, I think that they're hungry.
Well, I think that too. So what else do you have to add? Is there anything else you wanted to add about some of the things that we're doing here? One thing I did want to add that I didn't mention earlier was when we talk about our gardens and our center table gardens, I did not give enough credit to our farm manager, Diego Dutra. Diego's here in the audience with us. He's the owner of Urban Smart Farms, and he is the one that really has taken the lead on the gardens downstairs. He does all the harvesting, all the planning, all the designing. He works directly with the chefs and the culinary team to design and pick out the items that are going to be useful for what they're trying to do in their culinary endeavors. So again, Diego, my apologies for not mentioning you earlier, but you've done a fantastic job for us today, so we appreciate it.
Have you
and always.
explained to them what we do here?
Well, I mean, we serve food here.
We serve food.
Oh, you meant about the gardens.
And what Diego does
Yeah,
for
so
us.
Diego's our farm manager.
850 plants
Roughly about 800 to 900
in a year?
Per week.
A week.
So like
We
35,000
harvest
in a year.
850 plants a week. You know, when we first started this, I was trying to convince some people about this, and everybody was scared. How long ago was that?
It's like, we started growing in 2016, so May of 2016, so probably 8 years ago you started.
Nobody wanted us to do it. Nobody. We
Yeah.
had to convince them this is going to be important. And guess what? We nailed it.
And not only is it important, but we've been able to do such wonderful things for the community in this time frame. We've continued to be able to grow. The Orange County Convention Center has been wonderful about allowing us to continue to grow. And so Diego has been able to harvest roughly, again, over 16,000 plants in these short few months to be able to donate here locally. So we've been really, really fortunate and honored to be able to do such a thing. Chef, we're getting close towards the end. Do you guys need to do any more prep work? Or are you guys all good?
I think we're ready to eat too.
All right. Then let me see. We want to hold one of those chocolate boxes up.
Well, this is something special. This is an amenity box, and we've put it together with a little logo. There's a Lake Mary cheesecake lollipop in each one of these.
Lake
Okay,
Mary is very
If anybody
close.
hasn't had Lake Mary cheesecake, I can't make it better than them, that's for sure. And
That says a lot.
I'll say that. Unbelievable. There's some chocolate dipped strawberries. We gave you 2, so make sure you share one with somebody. Okay?
Really?
Really?
We can't share. Remember? We can't
What?
share.
Duh.
Social distancing. We can't share.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go home
What
now.
you meant to say was that there's a nice Orange County chocolate logo in there as well.
There is a logo in
And there is also a chocolate truffle in there as well.
And it's a Centerplate blue ribbon. How about that?
Fantastic. All right. So does anybody have any questions for Chef Kay or for myself? If not, we will release you to the food, but we are going to do it in a certain way. We're going to have you exit this door over here. You'll come up towards the buffet. You'll grab your cutlery kit, and then
One
you'll
of
move
yous
on
can
down
get
the
in the
row.
front
The
and we can
servers are
handle
going to be pulling the food out for you guys to try.